Hey, this is Phil. Welcome back to Clean Phil Wanted. I hope you enjoyed the last video where we made, well, the last two videos where we made this, the most useless machine in the world. I need to make a sticking board. So I'm not real sure about how thrilling of a build this is gonna be. This is gonna be a shop jig. It's gonna be a mixture of a whole bunch of them that I've seen. Obviously Roy Underhill, Bill Anderson, there's a gentleman named Simon James who has a beautiful one. Shannon Rogers, a Renaissance woodworker. It's gonna be a mixture of all of these. Close enough.
The first thing I did was take this MDF and cut it to length. So the first piece that I'm cutting off is going to be used as the brace on the bottom. I know that factory edge is flat, so it will pull the whole board flat. The second piece I cut off was to make the main piece into its width. And then I cut that remnant piece off into two pieces. Those two I'll glue together to form the fence. I did attach it using my Craig jig, my pocket hole jig. I have not used this in a really long time, and I figured this was a good place to use it. I do really like this jig, but I also like real joinery, so you kind of got to balance out when you do what.
Two pieces together, pre-drilled, and then countersinked all of these because I'm going to use screws as my clamps, permanent clamps.
Here I'm drilling the 4 holes that I'm going to use for my registration pins for the fence. I measured out and got the fence the perfect distance from the edge of the board, clamped it, drilled through its holes into the main board itself to set the first set of holes. Then I used this little makeshift jig, which is just really 2 holes with one with a pin in it. They're set about 3/4 of an inch apart on center, and as long as you keep that square, these holes turn out perfect. All these holes worked perfectly with this fence. I'm still a bit shocked that I was able to do this all by hand. I'm using a square awl to measure out the distance of the holes for the screws that will be the planing stops. You'll see later that I added 2 planing stop screws just like this, but on the fence itself. I do think the MDF fence was probably good enough, but just to give the screws that were on that fence a little bit something more to bite into, I cut off a 1/4 inch strip of a 2x4 or 4x2, 100 by 50 to laminate onto the face of this. And then I cleaned up the excess from that. And she's good to go.
It's a long day. I didn't get everything done I wanted to. So right now it's a mixture of Bill Anderson's version and Shannon Rogers' version. I will be making it partially into Simon James' version later on. I don't have time to do that today though. I know it's also not a glamorous build, but it's going to make glamorous things. So you gotta build the jig so that you can make the fun stuff. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna try to use these 2 blocks and make some actual cornice molding, crown molding, if you will, whatever you want to call it. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment. And next time we're going to make some molding. Take care.